With Veterans Day passing last Monday, I thought to myself, it's been over 20 years since I served in the United States Navy, and I'm still receiving benefits to this day. And knowing that military recruiting has been down for the last couple of years, I thought I'd share some of the benefits of joining the military. First benefit, you begin to learn who you truly are. You get to learn about yourself so much faster than if you would have stayed home. I won't say that this happens in boot camp though. Well, at least for me, not boot camp. Navy boot camp was, let's just say, it was quite embarrassing. It was one of the easiest and hardest things for me to complete. There was very little physical activity, but a whole lot of marching, and I have bad feet, so that sucked. But literally, I had to work out on my own time in order to feel like I had a decent day. That's how easy boot camp was. So honestly, when my parents came to come see me, they flew down to graduation day. I was embarrassed, right? They thought that I had just passed this boot camp and the Navy turned me into a man. No. My feet hurt from marching and I was tired because we were in bed by 10, up at 4 a.m. But other than that, the whole thing seemed pointless. Side note, this was not the case for my twin brother who happened to have joined the Marine Corps. When my mom went to go visit him on graduation day, she seen that her child was physically and mentally a whole different person. Emotionally, physically, everything. She could tell that he walked through some type of hell. When we talked to her about it, she talks about how she remembers going back to her hotel room, and she starts crying, thinking back about her son. And my mom's not much of a crier, so just know the difference between Navy boot camp and Marine Corps boot camp. There's no comparison. But I digress. So again, for me, Navy boot camp, I wouldn't say anything happened special there, but I would say that the learning does begin when you show up to your new duty station, right? You show up with no friends, no rank, and no idea what's in store for you for the next couple of years. And everyone goes through this, right? And for the most part, people are put in place to make sure that you don't fail. But here's where you find out a little bit about who you want to be. Do you want to be the person who just does just enough in life just to get by? Or do you want to be somebody? Do you want to be responsible for only you and only your job? Or do you want to be a leader of men? And these aren't questions that you'll typically come up with, right? You're not asking yourself these questions when you're in it. You're just in it. But you'll naturally start to gravitate more to what you want. And then all of a sudden, bam, this person that you never would have recognized 3 years later is all of a sudden you. Now, being a veteran and looking back, I believe that the military fast forwarded my maturity. If I had to do it all over again, I might have chose to gone to college first, but in no world would I have not chosen to join the military. Another benefit is the respect that you get by being a veteran. Freedom isn't free. It requires that people volunteer themselves to a cause greater than their own. When you join the military, your number one job is to be ready to defend your country. Sure, you'll have a job that you're assigned to. It might or might not have anything to do with war, but when the call comes, this will be your main priority, defending your country. And people, they do offer a bit of respect for you doing that, for you putting your life on the line. 20 years later, people are still telling me thank you for your service. Another benefit, Veterans Day. This year, my wife made me go get free stuff, right? I didn't realize how much free stuff that you get on Veterans Day. This is honestly why I'm making the video, because I appreciate how great that day was. Typically, I hate getting free stuff. I never truly took advantage of Veterans Day. Sure, I would go out and get a free meal, and pretty much that's it. I don't like to take, but this year, I took. I went to Red Robin. I ate a meal there. I only had to pay for the drink. Then I drove over to Texas Roadhouse, and I picked up a free voucher for a meal that I could use at a later date. I could redeem it at a later date, which was amazing. Then I drove over to Dairy Queen, and I got a free medium blizzard. For dinner, I had to choose between Firehouse Subs or In-N-Out Burger. Both places basically said I can pick anything from the menu, and I'd get a side and a drink to come with it. It's been 20 years since I've done anything significant, and I'm still getting gifts because of what I did 20 years ago. Again, I feel guilty taking all this free stuff, but it was great. And finally, the VA home loan. The VA home loan tends to be the best possible way of obtaining a mortgage. You don't have to put any money down. It's easier to qualify, and you tend to get better mortgage rates than a conventional mortgage. Oh, and there's no monthly mortgage insurance. just a one-time MI fee that gets rolled into the loan. The VA home loan doesn't have tough debt-to-income requirements. It doesn't have minimum FICO requirements. It doesn't have a maximum loan limit. It's amazing. Now, the bank can put these restrictions and these requirements. And to be fair and to be honest, intellectually honest, almost all banks do. They'll put some type of restrictions, but it's not the VA. The VA wants to help you qualify for a loan. So the VA home loan is just a gift that keeps on giving because you can use it as many times as you want. You buy one home, your first home, then buy your second home, and then use it on your third home. It's beautiful. Now, I can have this video go on for probably 10 more minutes, but I think you guys get the point. These are just some of the benefits of joining the military and eventually becoming a military veteran. If you're thinking about joining, I hope you do. It's been great. And let me be the first person to tell you, thank you for your service.